What's going on down there?
This week we are replacing all the water hoses of our sailboat.
So, let's get started.
I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And for the past year, we have been building our own tiny shipping container house, so we can travel around knowing that we will always have this little place that we can call home.
But guess what? We just found our dream project before we expected. This abandoned sailboat. So we are gonna stop building the house for a couple months to bring our boat back to life. And then we're gonna go back and finish the house.
Today is a special day.
Yeah. Time to start finally replacing the hose for the water system. Yeah. But before we can do that, what else do we need to do?
We need to take the old pumps off the place.
Yeah, there's a tricky thing. Check this out. As we showed you before, these are the two pressure pumps we have. And the problem is that even though this has been sitting here for years, like almost 23 now, we are pretty sure there is still water on the hose and with some pressure. I mean, not a lot of pressure, of course, because it's been here for too long, but some pressure there is inside. And in order to take the hose off, we are probably gonna leak water a lot. We hope not, and we don't want to do that because, you know, everything is wood and we don't want to get all the plywood wet and stuff. So now we are trying to find a way of unassembling this whole thing without doing a mess. Of course we're gonna do a mess, but let's get started. I guess before we can do something here, it's better to take the pressure off on the outlet, right? Maybe.
How?
Come with me. Supposedly, no pressure here. No water and no pressure. So let's see if we do this. Is there water here?
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There?
Yeah. No, just let it go.
Well, here it's more accessible to take the water off.
Yeah, are you guys ready? This is gonna be a tricky moment.
As usual.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut this and try to lose as little water as possible. Yeah, I'm trying to do is to a bucket to exchange this. I'm gonna do that until I run out of water on the top. Not much. Yeah, but at least now we have less pressure on the hose. Yeah, just so you understand, what I'm trying to do is to take off each end of this hose, because this is one pressure pump that goes to the sink of the forward head, for the F head, and for the kitchen. If we cut every single end of the hose and take the pressure off and some water off, it's gonna make easier to take the entire hose off without pressure. That's what we hope, at least.
When you move it there, the water came here,
Yeah, because
with the pressure.
I changed the pressure, so you need to put your finger on the top. Yeah, here's fine. Try to take off, see what happens.
Still a lot of water here.
Yeah, no. So now we need to get this glass and get that
How?
water. I can tell you how. No, you can leave. Let go. Okay, okay. For you. Is there a lot of water?
Yeah.
Glass. When I open there, you need to hold here. You're gonna have more water. Hopefully you can see that. every time I open these hose, the builds up pressure on that hose. Check this out. When I take off my thing. Less pressure now. We found a way. I can blow here. It's dirty, but I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna clean my mouth later. But check it out.
It's like a straw. I think it's over.
And now we need to do the same on the other head. Yeah, it's this one.
So I need to go to the galley to control the water.
Yeah, it's true.
So good luck, babe.
Yeah, this one's gonna have more water now. Let me know if anything goes wrong.
Okay. You can go. Coming.
That's alcohol. Yeah. Less dirt now.
23 years of still water.
Yeah, the water has been on the hose for 22 years. I just blow the hose. Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. It's tricky. All that just take off the pressure of the system in the water, because we could just cut. It's not that much pressure, but if we just cut the hose off, we are gonna get the boat really wet, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the entire furniture of the boat is made of plywood inside. We don't want to get the plywood all wet, so we're trying our best just to don't create a mess. Yeah, so this is the next tricky part. This is the hose that goes to the forward head. That's the one that goes to the kitchen, and that's the one that comes from the pump. We need to open up this connection and try not to leak water, because we already cut all the ends of these hoses, and we took as much water as we could from... Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Do you wanna do something first?
Yeah.
Take these off.
What's this?
This is the hose for the boiler. That's the water that comes from the engine, and that's tricky because we don't know if there's water inside, but we're gonna take these off first.
So today we came to the marina because now the government allowed us to be here on Mondays and Tuesdays.
And as Monday is the day we post videos, and we use a lot of the time to answer messages which didn't come yesterday, that means we only had one afternoon this entire week. So we need to get as much as possible done, because probably like 5 o'clock they're gonna kick us out. Just so you understand, this is full of water. That means that I have more water than a glass. Can I have a glass also?
Where is it?
Let's film this moment. No, actually it's fine.
Great moment.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a great moment. I mean, that's great. That's not a great moment. I love it. But there is some water somewhere. Ooh.
So the goal for today is to take the pumps off there. And for this we need to take all this hose off.
First one, check. That means the big moment. Ta-da! That's really cool. Oh. Oops.
Uh-oh. Something is wet.
Don't get too excited.
It's like a dog.
Yeah.
At least it's water and there's no problem.
Yeah, 22 years old water is not just water. It's 22 years old water. Yeah, but just a little bit of water, not much. So now let's take these off.
They are really dry.
No, and they're really dripping water everywhere. Yep.
Yay!
First pump, and first pressure accumulator off. Now I just need to link this on the bucket.
There, on the sink.
The thing is, of course, the smart idea is to take one hose at each time and exchange as you go. But this line from here to the tank and to the kitchen, I mean to the galley, is straightforward. There's like enough space for all the hose. They all pass through the same hole, so it doesn't make any sense to. You're just gonna take some off to free space so we can work. It's gonna be fine. One less hose.
So now we are gonna cut this one that goes here, 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 and there. But we are gonna cut it here for now.
Later we're gonna cut all the way in front, but now just for now, I need some headlamp.
I see.
Let's hope there is no water inside here. No water. I'm gonna leave like this. You guys should comment below that we should have used a heater. It would make the job a lot easier. But before you write that, I'm gonna let you guys know that we don't have a heater and the stores are closed because of quarantine. That means we have no choice. Sorry. We wish we had a heater gun. She never let me buy before.
It's true.
Yeah, she always said that we don't need one, and now that we need one, we don't have one because she didn't let me buy once. So now I'll take this one off. You need to pull it that way.
Look at this. It's a little bit dirty. Look at your hand.
You can pull these ones up.
So it's my turn now?
Yes.
Do I need to work now?
Yes, you do need to work. It's funny that we work inside and it seems like we are in a different world, and when you go outside there's actually noise of people working, and inside of here it doesn't seem like it seems like we are by ourselves.
Goodbye.
See you guys later. You have to go now, my friend.
Time to go out.
Yeah, time to go. Yeah, it's your turn. You've been working for too long. I mean, you've been lazy for too long.
We just found out another hose.
Yeah, this is hot water for the F shower. That I guess it's not connected. So
That's why he said that they didn't have a shower there.
yeah, it's tricky to find out which one to take, which one not to take. Yeah, we are just trying to figure out what to do because I don't know if you can see, but in between the galley and the F head, there's a small gap in between both bulkheads, and that's the trick spot. So we're trying to cut all the hose to this point and leave that there so we can deal with it later. postponing is always the best choice.
I guess that's why it's called aft.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do that after.
Yeah. So now let's take this one off, then this one right here.
So this one is that arrives on the boiler.
The boiler that's not the water you use. This is the hose that there is one coming out of the engine, another one coming in the engine. So the water goes to the boiler and comes back. And this is what makes the hot water on the boiler. So this is one of those. The other one that we cut already is the other one. This one is the other one. But as we don't know if the boiler is going to be in the same place, we're taking this off and then we'll find out where the boiler is going to be. Ooh.
So the boiler used to be here, but it's a nice spot to put things, so we are planning on putting there.
On the engine room.
Yeah,
we might replace the
generator.
diesel generator with a boiler. I mean with the boiler because we have a boiler already. That was good. We cleaned a lot actually. Check this out. Yeah, time to take all these out.
Now I have all them here.
Oh, hachi hachi, young little girl. Are you gonna be able to do that by yourself?
I hope so.
Don't fall. Bye bye.
It's a good feeling.
Yep. Let's see inside how it looks. Yeah, it's much cleaner already. So now we have this last one that we need to take off.
Yeah.
The last two.
The problem is one of these goes all the way there.
Yeah, and here is the tricky part. Because we need to go all the way on this little corner that's tricky. I don't know if you guys understood, but we decided to take all these hoses down here off at once because here it's really easy to lay down all the hose, right?
Yeah.
It's not a problem at all. There is a plenty space. We are gonna have less hose that used to be here, so it's easy to run the lines of hose from there to here.
And the new ones are like easier to
Flexible?
Yeah, they are more flexible. They are not dried yet.
Yet. Yeah. So now we think the next step is to try to take that one, or at least closer to there. We're gonna give a huge clean on this area.
Vacuum cleaner and some
Yeah, a huge clean.
pipes. Yeah.
And then we need to figure out how we're gonna install the pump here, because we are gonna install this big boy. So somehow this pump,
We're gonna have a lot of extra spaces here.
we'll see.
We can put like a
Shelf.
here.
Maybe,
Yay!
maybe. Don't get too excited.
Okay, let's keep working.
One more.
Case of study. We are gonna bring it home to study this.
If we need to give maintenance or not, if it's leaking or not, we're just gonna give a try at the apartment. Yeah, this is the foot pump for the used to be salt water on the kitchen.
We are rethinking the system. We are planning on maybe have an extra foot pump around the floor here.
Yeah, so maybe we install this on the corner for salt water and a fresh water pump on the bottom. So we have like two, one for fresh and one for salt water. That would be a lot better. We'll see if it's possible.
So in the former configuration of the boat, there were 2 freshwater pumps there, and we are gonna have 1 freshwater pump and 1 saltwater. So there is no need for 2 hoses going to the aft, because we can have just 1 line, and then we can have a T there, a connection.
So now I need somehow a way of closing this without leaking this water.
That's all for today.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot done actually for like a couple hours because we were just here in the afternoon. But this is all clean. And this is pretty much clean. Yeah. Now we need to find a way of taking the old ones and putting the new ones on these. Yeah, this is
gonna be hard.
We're gonna find a way in the future, not today.
Next week, because now we need to go back to the quarantine.
Back to quarantine. Take 17. Yeah, we just need to shoot a end of the episode because, as you can tell, we need to cut the episode short because we are back in quarantine. But we recorded this already how many times?
4 or 5, I don't know. It's hard to get on the mood to film something when we are just laying on the bed, editing and eating.
When you stay at home for days, you get slow. Like the way you work, it's
hard to get back on the mood.
It's bad, but it's good. Yeah, you just take things slower, like you are not in a hurry to move. So, but at the same time, when you need to record something like camera talking, it's a little bit tricky because we are just speaking Portuguese like
all day long. Yeah. So let's go back to the mood.
The thing is, a lot of YouTube channels, they have like 3-4 months of images in advance. Like they are always behind on the videos as compared to real life. Motorcycle. Yeah. We are not behind at all. Like basically what we show you, we are always like 1 week ahead. So it's like it's tricky to be in quarantine and to have a YouTube channel when you don't have like a stock of footage. But it is what it is.
It's our life actually. We never have images, stock images. But
we need to be honest, we have a little bit on the mess. We did some progress on the mess this week. A little bit.
We can show you a sneak peek.
Yeah, just quick, like, yeah, really quick one. Yeah, we are trying to get more stuff done on the mess before we show you another mess episode. Because when we show another mess episode, we want to show you like, you know, like a lot of progress. But for now, I'm gonna stop talking because the reason why we record this that many times is because I talk too much and it's always like 5 minutes and now it's 2:45 already. So what else?
Let's welcome aboard our new patrons for this week.
Patrons. What's wrong with your phone?
I don't know.
Now it's good. Now we can thank our new welcome aboard our new patrons.
Acho que os outros estavam melhores do que esse vídeo enrolado.
She's speaking Portuguese because she wants to use the other takes, but we're gonna use this one. I like this one.
Why?
She's mad. See? People ask if we don't disagree, sometimes we do. See, she wants to use the other take, I want to use this one.
I don't know why.
And now she's getting red. Shy. She's actually shy today. So, welcome on board.
You want to cut a video and you start talking about the time that we have, this and that. That's why.
It's time to welcome on board our new patrons. My employee is not behaving properly today. It's time to welcome on board our new patrons. So let's welcome on board our new patron.
The motorcycle that's coming down.
I'm telling you, my employee is not behaving well today. You're not gonna get a raise this month. Of course, with the virus, we're not making. I cannot give a raise on this situation right now. So, yeah. So now,
welcome on board, Foster.
Behave yourself and time to welcome on board our new patrons.
Welcome on board, Foster.
Aalen.
Jonathan.
Rebecca.
John.
Raphael.
Kaiser.
Michael.
Alexis.
Peter.
Henry, welcome on board. Bem-vindo.
He's a Brazilian, so.
Bem-vindo.
And we also want to thank donations to our PayPal. Thanks so much.
Johan.
This is a hard name. She needs to because she looks German. So Johan. Thanks a lot, Squally.
And Art.
Guys, we really, really appreciate your support, and we are thankful that you are patient to watch all the way to this point because I talk way too much. See you guys next week. See you guys next Monday.